I'm reviewing Amrita's Children by David Smith, and this is another Amazon Breakthrough Novel Award submission. I'm really impressed at the level of the quality of the submissions that I've read so far. Maybe it's just that I've been lucky in the ones that I've picked to review, or maybe they were all really high quality, because so far I haven't seen anything that I wouldn't say could easily be a published manuscript that I'm reading rather than an unpublished. About this one, wow, absolutely wow. Everything about it, it's immediately drawn in. I read it yesterday and I'm still having particular scenes from it flashing into my mind, which sometimes happens if a book has really captured my imagination. One scene that particularly I thought was particularly powerful was when Anjali is killing and escaping. I couldn't work out, are they soldiers or something, that she's killing him, and she jumps on him and strangles him, and she wants to prolong his death so that she can enjoy it more. And I thought that was pretty incredible stuff. The choice of present tense when it's an historical narrative set in 1910, and yet the present tense is used. I think that's quite interesting, and it's good, because I like present tense use anyway. I tend to write in the present tense, but it immediately draws you in as a reader, and you don't get the kind of feeling of distance that you tend to get when you're reading a historical novel that's past tense. But there is obviously there's a definite sense that there's a difference in culture and attitude, and the whole sort of warrior spirituality kind of thing. There's killing for the goddess. I've heard of the Thuggees, but I didn't really know very much about them, and I would definitely read this. If I'd seen the blurb, I would be interested in it, and I'd pick it up and have a look. And reading this initial extract, I would definitely want to read on. The one thing that I would say is that I'm unsure as to whether there's going to be a switching back and forth kind of narrative, back to 1910 and then back to forward to 1980 and then back to 1910. I can't tell from this, but if there is, then I think that the 1980 needs to be brought in a little earlier, because it was a real shock to go from 1910 to 1980 like that. If it isn't, if this is just a kind of an introduction, then maybe it's a bit too long of an introduction. I'm not sure. But it was definitely a hook, and I like the way that the grandfather is, following on from his family traditions, and he wants to get his granddaughter to join in and there's some kind of cult or something that this modern day teenage girl is going to become, I presume become like Anjali in the opening chapters, and very frustratingly Amazon has cut off mid-sentence, so I don't know what it is that he wants them to do. And it shows a level of how drawn in I was, that when I got to that sentence I flicked over the page to find that of course there were no other pages, and I was quite frustrated. So 5 stars, and thank you very much for this read, and I really want to see it when it's published. Yeah.